Looks like there's something in here. Ah, research. This workshop is dedicated to research on the corruption. Experiments, studies, autopsies, anything that can bring a little bit of order to the pure chaos of the corruption. A small Holglandian woman smiles nervously and approaches you. Welcome, Hand of Avadon. I am Seeker Machi. I keep this workshop operating smoothly. Please, feel free to look around. Do not touch any samples with exposed skin, though. They may dissolve you. Tell me about this workshop. It is the current center of research on the corruption. It is well equipped, as you can see. There are many guards and quality equipment, so we should be able to learn a lot before this place is lost. Who built all of this? Hanvar's Council. They want to understand the corruption as well as possible, which is why they build the monitor bases. They're very expensive and difficult to create and maintain, and we try to justify the cost. You think this place will be lost? Inevitably. The corruption hates order. The longer we are here, the worse the problems. This is what cost us monitor bases A and B. What sorts of problems? As time passes, more things break. More horrors are drawn to these lands. More monsters just mysteriously appear inside. Guards grow ill and have to be evacuated. I've seen the process before. It is happening here now. Faster, in fact, than before. What do you know about monitor bases A and B? I'm the only person who was at both when they crumbled and had to be evacuated. The process is always the same. Slow decay. Then rapid decay. Finally a swarm of horrors. The result is always an abandoned base along with a number of deaths. Seeker Machi walks around this workshop with you, carefully supervising the experiments and autopsies that are taking place. You have to be very careful. Things come back to life all the time, usually at an inconvenient moment. You study the corruption. Yes, our work here is dedicated to study of the corruption. How it behaves, where it came from, who lives here, what is in the core, and if possible, how to heal this wound in Linnaeus. Where did it come from? We don't know, no idea. We have looked for signs of the people or civilization that created it, but all of them have been rubbed away. Or which is even more terrifying, maybe nobody created it. Maybe it just happened. And it can happen again somewhere else. How does the corruption behave? It destroys any order, any life it eats away at. Never eat or drink anything that originates in the corruption. All you'll do is take its sickness inside you. Do you think the corruption can be cured? I don't. It's too big, too powerful. I won't stop looking for ways to try, though. What is the core? The heart of the corruption, and the geographical center. The closer you get to it, the more power and chaotic the magic of this land gets. We don't even send scouts there, it's just too dangerous. Yet I wish someone would go there and tell me what they find. It would be truly useful. Is there anything you're looking for in particular? At first, Seeker Machi seems nervous about dealing with a Hand of Avadon. You're able to convince her with effort that your desire to help is genuine. Actually, there is something you might be able to do. There's a rare sort of manifestation that appears in the corruption. We call it a zephyr. It is a shade. It looks like a human, translucent and misshapen. And most importantly, it can talk. A zephyr has been sighted to the north. I want you to talk to it and tell me what it says. Are they dangerous? Oh, very. They generally try to kill anyone who gets close. However, they sometimes talk first. Why is it so special that they can talk? Because it is the only way that the corruption has ever tried to communicate with us. It is a rare bit of order in the middle of an overwhelming chaos. If the corruption has an intelligence, we might be able to understand it or even deal with it. Where exactly is it? On the eastern border of the corruption, near a scouting outpost. An outpost I've heard a rumor you are going to travel to. If you encounter it, all I want to know is what it says. A simple conversation, but very dangerous. That's definitely something we can try to do. It is probably going to be so dangerous that it's probably going to try to kill us. And it might be a difficult fight, but we can try. Oh, we get a new insight. Yay. And Caring Brew. Yay. And nothing there. Oh, another book. The End of the Black Age. Excellent. Let's read it. In the years before Cycle 6237, the members of the Pact realized the extent of their mistake. The Black Age, over 3 decades of civil war, had erased all games of the First Age. The Farlands ran wild. Hanvar's council still met regularly, but it had no power or influence. And then, as before, a lone hero rose to save them. A woman named Talera, one of the representatives of Dharam and Hanvar's council, left the council and became a neutral diplomat. A neutral, bloodthirsty diplomat who worked to negotiate a peace and used her massive private fortune to hire a host of assassins. Those who opposed her work in the name of peace tended to die mysteriously. Talera's work was actually fairly easy in some ways. All members of the Pact wanted a face-saving way to end their conflict. They were eager to stop fighting, but how would peace, once attained, be maintained? Talera's stroke of genius was the creation of Avadon, a fortress and enforcer, independent and impartial, staffed with her own assassins, who would stand apart and crush all who acted against the stability of the Pact. The Treaty of the Five Powers was signed in Cycle 6237. It ended the war and compelled the 5 states of the Pact to provide money and resources to form Avadon. Now an independent force would wash them and rein them in, for their own good. Alright, Potion of Health. There is a path down here, and it is open. Interesting. Oh, no, wait. Wait, hold on. This wheel has a large chain wrapped around it. The chain then threads into a hole in the floor. You guessed correctly that it controls the gate to the south. You turn the wheel enough to open the gate, and then stick a chunk of broken chair leg into the mechanism and hold it in position. This doesn't look... Oh, hello! Oh, this must be the south entrance. Okay, then. What the hell? Build a bolt flinger so we have it. And you can actually use your major staff, but you can get them all with a lightning bolt, because why not? Alright, now we just need to deal with these creatures. Okay, you can't really do anything else aside from those. So, start the attack. Please stop doing that. I would rather you didn't. Thank you. That's one waste stalker dead. That helps out. Ooh, nice. There we go. 2 more left. There we go. And good. Alright, that's open, so we should be able to leave out the south door now. Yep, we can. That gets us back to the pylon. It takes a lot of effort, but you finally manage to turn this massive wheel enough to raise the gate a few feet. Use a chunk of rock to hold the wheel in position. You'll be able to use this entrance now. Excellent. Just what we needed to do. And there's still a western area. You know what? Let's let this episode go a bit long. Hold on. Marlene? There's a young woman of the Willed Realm here, standing at a table packed with crafting materials. Leather, tools, flasks of peculiar substances. She is working them into devices and containers for the research here. It's a cramped and unpleasant little workshop, and she isn't happy about it. As you approach, she snorts, throws it all onto the table of disgust, and says, "They expect too much! This is madness! No respect for my craft!" Then she notices you. She blushes slightly. "I did not mean to express an honest opinion in front of a Hand of Avadon. Apologies, I am Marlene. I am the craftmaster here. Someone has to do it." "How did you come to be here?" "I volunteered. The pact was good for asked for workers, the pay was good. I saw a chance to work with rare, valuable materials and learn more about my craft. I wanted to see more of the world than my tribe's lands. I chose to come out here. It was educational, after all. Learned that I was a fool." "Tell me about the corruption." "People were not meant to live here." She raises her hand. You see that it trembles slightly. "It's eating me away from the inside until I can't even trust my own limbs." "Why do you stay?" "A tragically overdeveloped and foolish sense of duty." Marlene cleans and trims a piece of leather while she talks to you. Time in the corruption has unnerved her. Her hands tremble slightly and her cuts are often slightly uneven. She notices the flaws, of course, and they only serve to make her angrier. "What sort of things do you craft?" Containers, shackles, alchemical equipment for the analysis of monster samples. We do a lot of research here, and I give Secret Machi what she needs to do our job. It's important, I suppose, but nothing close to my true skill. Why do you analyze the monsters? Good question. I'm in favor of stabbing them and burning the bodies. Machi thinks that through study we can find ways to talk to them or easily eradicate them. Good luck. This is a corruption. Nothing ever works well out here. What is your true skill? Leathercraft. I was a master at making leather armor and garb for trade. That's one of the reasons I came here. I thought I would be able to get, I don't know, special monster leather, drake skin, something to craft into something truly glorious. It hasn't happened that way. Why hasn't it worked out? The skins of the beasts that live here rot away not long after they die. They can't be cured, they just smell bad and fall apart. You can craft drake skins. I can, but they are rare. I love working with that material, but I can never get it. Wait, you're a hand of Avadon, right? You hunt and kill things? I'll tell you what. You find 2 drake skins and 500 coins, I'll make something nice for you. It's a fraction of my regular price, I just want to make some armor again. Sure. You said something about rare materials. I'm glad you asked. Sometimes... This is really disgusting. Let me try again. Sometimes the horrors of the corruption become corrupted, infected. The power of this place infuses them. When this happens and the creature is killed, the magic can infuse parts of them. I can sometimes transfer that power into a mundane item, resulting in something more powerful. So you want me to bring... Weird things you cut off of dead bodies that seem to be magical in some way, yes. It will help to increase our knowledge and you will be paid in magic. It sounds gross. I know, right? Well, we can do what we can. We'll keep our eyes open. There's only one other area over here, and that's in here. Keep moving. We shall. This is the barracks. I doubt there's very much here. Well, there's someone. Yeah, this episode will go on a little long. It's fun. Why are there actually wretches here? A monitor of the packed army is sitting by the small fire, drinking ale and tending to a small pot of stew. He is an aging warrior of the Kva, wrinkled and worn.
Have a seat, Hand. I am Monitor Saber. Heard you were here. Always a seat and a warm meal for a loyal warrior, even one from Avadon.
What led you to serve here?
Hatred, I guess. I hate the corruption. Hate all of the good soldiers it took. I serve here to try to control it. I want to keep it out of our homes. That's why I spent my whole career as a soldier out here.
You think that the corruption will grow?
Don't know. It never has, not much anyway, but it might. That's why we have the monitor bases here, despite what they cost. We need to fight the corruption, explore it, learn to defeat it before it figures out how to grow.
How long have you served out here?
10 years. I look older than that, though, don't I? The corruption has a way of eating at you, burning you away. It's a sacrifice we all make to fight it. I've served longer than most, though. I was in Monitor Base B when it fell. The people in this base, only Secret Machi has seen more action than me.
What about the... Oh. Tell me about Monitor Base B.
It fell. It always happens. When someone tries to live in the corruption, it fights back. Things fail, monsters appear, forces get spread thin. Then a final attack, a surprise swarm of monsters that tries us out. Hasn't happened here yet, but it will. I see the signs.
And then?
And then I will serve in Monitor Base E, or G, or Z. We'll draw this land's madness to us so it doesn't go somewhere else.
Monitor Saber tastes his stew, sighs, and shakes his head.
Nothing ever tastes right out here.
He adds salt.
What do you want to discuss?
What is the current situation?
Crumbling. We've lost several sections of the base. Forces are spread thin. Monitor Base C will probably suffer the same fate as the others, though I thought it'd last longer than it has.
You lost sections.
Several areas have had to be sealed off. In one, several horrors just happened to get loose and then they bred. In another, cracks appeared in the floor. Lava came out, couldn't stay there. It's what the corruption does. Makes sure that plans don't work, no matter how careful you are.
How many soldiers do you have?
3 blades. I command 1. The others are out hunting and investigating. Anvar's Council and Avadon make their demands on us, and we have to fight off the horrors at the same time. We're very vulnerable now. Sleep with your sword close at hand.
You're spread too thin. He pours you some more ale.
We are. That's why I'm so glad to see you. I know hands have a reputation for helping those they meet. Only for pay, I know, but Ophira has given me supplies to compensate you for any help you can give. If you can kill some of the horrors that are menacing us, we might be able to help keep this base open for months longer.
What led you to serve here? Oh wait. We already did that. Okay, you said that you could use help. Monitor Saber nods.
This is how a base falls. First, things go wrong, then more wrong. Then our defenses develop gaps and get spread thin. Then the swarm comes. Our defenses are weak now, but they can be restored. What we need to do is find where swarms are forming and destroy them before they attack.
He points to the south.
The wing down that way was lost to escaped horrors and had to be sealed. I need you to go in there and make sure not too many horrors have appeared. Kill them and tell me what you found. I will have the gates open to you. For you.
There was an actual wing of this base.
Yes, these bases are built in modules so that sections can be sealed off as they are lost to horrors or lava or other mishaps.
It is full of monsters, and it is right next to where you sleep.
That's life in the corruption. Sweet dreams.
Any idea what's in there?
No, we hear snarling and howling, but I haven't been able to spare any soldiers to go in. Can't be too bad, though.
How do you know?
Because we're all still alive.
Yeah, we can definitely do that, and I think we'll do that in the next episode. But first, little more exploration. The First Age, which we did. The First Age. The treaty that formed the pact was signed by representatives of the 5 member states in cycle 6,315 years before the current date. Overlord Hanvar of Holklandia, architect of the pact, was present at the signing. He even had several years to appreciate the triumph of For's assassination. There were several years of predictable tumult after the signing. Each member state had its own little civil wars. Proud citizens who refused to surrender any sovereignty to outsiders emerged and were crushed. Of course, Hanvar was so associated with the creation of the Alliance that assorted bounty hunters, assassins, and shadow walkers were falling over themselves to be the one to kill him first. Eventually, of course, someone succeeded. Once those who objected to this new order were safely dead, a new and unprecedented period of peace and prosperity came to the Pact's members. The Pact members no longer spent valuable resources fighting each other. Instead, they were free to defend themselves from the far lands. These states, in turn, were never united, and their raids and barbarian incursions were met by powerful defenders. Within decades, these scattered and demoralized states did little without the permission of the Pact. Alas, the 5 Pact states remained proud. On the surface, they were united and strong. Underneath, national pride and ancient grudges conspired to break the alliance apart. Resentment turned to violence in Cycle 6203, and the Black Age began. And we already read on that. Pretty sure there's basically just going to be some random things in here, nothing of note. Oh, swarm lightning. I don't think there's much else that we're going to be looking at here. More quarters. Close the door, please. I'd like to take those items. This episode is indeed going on quite long, comparatively, and I apologize for that, but hey, we could explore the entirety of Monitor Base C. Well, almost the entirety. Some wretches in here. Gerunk. Okay, fine, this'll go longer. Long enough that this may even be a 2-parter, but this room is full of wretch scouts. The monitored base has recruited a bunch of wretches to explore the waste, and they seem to be adjusting to the work very well. Far better than the miserable humans around them, anyway. Their leader, a short, stocky creature covered with dust and scars, walks over to greet you.
You, Hand? I hear. Hand of Avadon here. Big excitement. All the humans scared of you. I am Garunk, hero of the scouts here. You good. You bring us lots of work.
The monitor base uses wretch scouts?
Some, not all. Wretch is good scouts for corruption. Bad air, bad monsters don't bother us as much. We are strong and fast. Good for it. Better than humans.
Why are you so much better at scouting the corruption than humans?
Not sure. My guess is because humans are weak and pathetic, while wretches are tough and strong. What humans say when they say true thing they not supposed to say? No offense? Yeah, that it.
Right. Gerunk the scout keeps talking to you, though he occasionally has to go keep 2 wretches from fighting.
Good you here, Farron. You make us have lots of work. Lots of good places to go.
I create work for you.
Yeah, you search corruption. Means scouts go first. Means we get lots of work, lots of pay. Scout before you, so we die instead of you. Get to even explore core, maybe. Great pay.
You scout ahead of me.
Yes, look for Miranda, was the name? Big human traitor. We walk all over for her. Lots of works, lots of hours, good pay. Even find tracks and stuff. We help.
How are you paid?
Per mission, the farther in we go, more we get. Bonus for all if one of us die. It's good work. We live a lot. Nice scenery. Get to eat monsters.
You eat the monsters.
Why not? Delicious. Humans can't eat them, but only because humans sad and weak.
The humans cannot survive in the corruption to the point where if they eat any food or water, they die. But the rich scouts are able to eat the monsters and live. Huh. And riches are supposed to be weak and easy to kill. Well, that's a thing. Anyway, this episode has gone on way long enough. So I'm going to end it here. Next episode, we'll take a look to the south here, see if we can clear out what we can. Maybe we'll be able to make the wings safer. That'll be in the next episode, so until then, I'm Chester44. That is, Farron, Yannick, and Alkander. This has been an Avadon 2 Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.